Hello friends. Why does your heart start pounding every time you start trading? Why does restlessness increase as soon as you see profits, and you exit too early? Why do you sit and hope during losses, thinking maybe it'll reverse now? Why do you think over and over, just in the next trade, I'll recover everything, and the result is the same defeat again? Have you ever thought that the real enemy isn't the market? The real enemy is that fear and greed that makes you a slave to your own mistakes every time. And today, I'm going to give you the formula that you won't hear anywhere on YouTube. I promise, after listening to this audio completely, you'll say yourself, I wish I knew these things earlier. So don't make the mistake of skipping it, because perhaps these few minutes can change the entire game of your trading life. Have you ever thought who's the real enemy in the market? If not, it's not some chart, not some indicator, and not some big news. The real enemy is that fear that runs in your veins when you start trading. This fear is very clever. The market hasn't even gone against you, but your heart rate speeds up. Candles are moving up and down on the screen, and inside you, it feels like everything is about to sink. You panic and do what every new trader does. Either cut the stop loss too early, or run away seeing a small profit, or sometimes don't even enter at the right opportunity. Now the question is, where does this fear come from? Is the market really that dangerous? Or do we make it dangerous ourselves? The truth is that fear arises from risk. The bigger the risk people take, the bigger the fear that settles inside them. If you've bet your entire capital, even a small red candle will shake your mind. But if you've taken only as much risk as you can afford to lose without losing sleep, you'll stay calm and see the chart like a surgeon performs an operation. This is the first formula. Control risk. Fear will control itself. And to understand this, no magic is needed, just some habits. Before every trade, you have to ask yourself, if this trade fails, how much loss am I ready to bear? If you have 1 Indian rupee lakh capital and you bet 10,000 Indian rupees to 20,000 every time, fear will swallow you. Because if there's a loss, your sleep will fly away. But if you've decided to risk only 1% per trade, the loss will be manageable and fear will be small too. Think, on 1 Indian rupee lakh capital, only 1,000 Indian rupees risk. Will losing 1,000 Indian rupees shake your life? No. And this is where fear starts dying. The second way to reduce fear is to set the stop loss in advance. Most people make the mistake of deciding where to exit only when the market starts falling. But decisions in panic are always wrong. If you set the stop loss with the entry, fear dies halfway, because now you know you can't lose more than that. But stop loss alone isn't enough. If the position size is large, fear will still come. People say they keep risk low, but still get nervous. Actually, the problem is lot size. If you've taken a very large lot, every tick will increase your heart rate. But if the position size is small, you'll observe comfortably. Market up, good. Down, still manageable. Another key to controlling fear is clarity and strategy. If you yourself don't know why you took the trade, fear is natural. But when your entry, exit, and stop loss are written in advance, there's clarity in the mind, and clarity means less fear. And most importantly, learn to accept small losses. Winning every trade is impossible. Pro traders consider small losses part of the game. The problem arises when you can't accept loss and start fearing it. But as soon as you learn to embrace small losses, your fear is half dead. So brother, the formula is simple. Keep risk small, fear will be small. Keep risk large, fear will defeat you. The winning trader is the one who controls risk and makes decisions from strategy, not fear. The loser is the one who takes every step at fear's signal. But now the question arises. Okay, controlled risk to tame fear. But what about that greed that snatches profits from your hands? That greed that says, wait a bit more. Maybe it'll double. Friends, we've talked about fear, greed, impatience. We've learned discipline, habits. But what I'm about to say is the essence of this entire journey. Trading isn't a game of strategy. Trading isn't a game of indicators. Trading is purely a game of mindset. Just think, you could have the world's best strategy. You know risk management. You write journals. But if your mindset is weak, the market will give one shock and you'll break everything. Mindset is the strength that keeps you standing in every situation. When the market goes against you, strategy shows the path, but mindset saves you from panic. When profit shows and greed tempts you, mindset says, The plan was this. When boredom comes and impatience forces you to trade, mindset whispers, no setup, no trade. Without mindset, everything is incomplete. Mindset is the master formula that locks the other 5 formulas for life. But brother, mindset isn't an overnight thing. Mindset is built from daily battles. Mindset is built when you stand up after repeated defeats. Mindset is built when you look in the mirror and say, yes, the mistake was mine, but this time I'll change. Mindset is built when you stop excuses and take responsibility. Winning in the market isn't just about money. Winning in the market is about mental freedom. Build a mindset such that even if the world shakes, your rules don't. Build a mindset such that even if everyone says it's impossible, you say, wait and watch. And remember, mindset isn't a fancy word. Mindset means training yourself every day, fighting yourself every day, swearing every day not to repeat the same mistake. Mindset is what takes you out of the crowd, because the crowd always blames the market, news, luck. But a winner trader says with mindset, I'm responsible and I'll change. So brother, the last and biggest formula is this: mindset. Mindset is the magician that defeats fear, suppresses greed, eliminates impatience, strengthens discipline, and solidifies habits. Mindset is the lock whose key is in your own hands. And if you've fixed your mindset, no matter what the market does, you'll stand every time. Because then win or loss won't matter. Only consistency and growth will. This is the real secret. This is the formula people search for years but don't find. But today you've heard it. Now it's up to you. Will you just hear it and leave it, or live it? Because the market doesn't change anyone. The market just shows you a mirror. If you want to change, you'll have to change yourself. So brother, remember, mindset is everything. And the real victory in trading happens not on the chart, but inside your mind. Brother, if these things touched your heart, if you really felt, yes, this is what I needed to hear, don't keep it to yourself. Show your support by liking. Become part of this journey by subscribing, and write in the comments which formula felt the deepest to you. And yes, share it, because perhaps because of you, another trader can change their life. Remember, knowledge doesn't work wonders alone. When it spreads, the world changes. So let's together teach the trading world the right mindset. Thank you.